There are moments in your life when everything seems to align in an inexplicable way. An unexpected meeting, a conversation that touches your soul, or even a presence that feels like an invisible yet deeply comforting embrace. These experiences are not coincidences. They are messages. They are the angels softly whispering in your heart. Pay attention, because this is the work of God. Have you ever reflected on those people who enter your life almost like a beacon in the darkness? Perhaps they arrived during a time of loss, during a period of uncertainty, or when you were questioning your own worth. It might have been someone who offered you a smile just when you needed it most, or who said exactly what your heart needed to hear, even without knowing the weight you carried. These encounters are not random. These people are sent with a divine purpose. The angels tell me that every true connection that crosses your path carries profound meaning. There are meetings that come to heal wounds you didn't even know existed. Others come to teach, to transform, or even to remind you of your strength and inner light. But how do you recognize when someone has been sent by God? How can you tell if that presence in your life is a sign of destiny, a divine gift? The first answer lies in your heart. Do you know that feeling of familiarity you can't explain? That sensation that, even though you've just met, there is something eternal between you? This is more than a human connection. It is a reminder that, on some level, your souls have met before, in a tapestry that only the Creator can weave. The angels whisper around you in these moments, like a gentle breeze that touches your face and makes you wonder, is this something greater? And then the signs come. You might have noticed that since this person appeared, your life has started to change subtly yet powerfully. Perhaps you felt more encouraged to pursue a dream that you had been holding back, or maybe you've begun to see beauty in simple things that you previously overlooked. These are the movements of the universe, orchestrated to remind you that you are never alone. That God, in His infinite wisdom, places the right people in your path at the exact moment you need them the most. But I need to tell you something important. Not all connections sent by God come wrapped in sweetness. Some arrive to challenge you, to teach lessons that your soul needs to learn. It may be that someone has come into your life to show you your own strength, to help you set boundaries, or to awaken dormant parts of your essence. These connections, though often difficult, are just as sacred as those that bring comfort. They are a reflection of divine love, which always works for your growth, even if you don't understand it right away. And here's something the angels insist you should know: God never sends you something to destroy you. Even the most challenging experiences carry the potential for healing and transformation if you're willing to look beyond the pain. When someone is sent into your life by Him, there is a greater purpose at play. Sometimes, the purpose is to remind you that you are worthy of love. Other times, it's to show you that you already possess the strength needed to overcome any obstacle. There is always a divine objective behind these connections. Remember, the purpose of a connection isn't always clear from the start. It may take weeks, months, or even years for you to understand the impact someone has on your journey. But in the meantime, trust. Trust in the bigger plan. Trust in the angels who stand by your side, guiding you and whispering words of courage and faith into your heart. Trust that God never makes mistakes, and that every person He places in your life is an essential piece in the puzzle of your existence. And now, I ask you, is there someone in your life who makes your heart resonate differently? Someone who seems to have been placed in your path for a greater purpose? Close your eyes for a moment and allow yourself to reflect. Feel the energy of that connection. Feel the light it brings, even amidst challenges. What are the angels trying to show you through this person? And as you meditate on this, I want you to know, the angels are by your side always. They are sending you signs, opening doors, and guiding you to recognize the gifts that God has placed on your journey. Do not ignore the signs of destiny. Do not turn a blind eye to the miracles unfolding in your life, often disguised as casual encounters. Light a candle tonight and let the flame symbolize the divine light that guides your path. Place your hand on your heart and say aloud, I accept the divine connections that God sends my way. I trust in the greater purpose of every meeting in my life. This is the moment to open your heart to what is to come. And remember, the angels have even more messages for you. What do you think they want to reveal to you now? The next step is closer than you think. Have you ever noticed how, at times, life seems to weave an invisible thread, connecting moments, people, and situations in ways that challenge any rational explanation? There are events that are not mere coincidences. They carry a greater purpose, a silent calling that resonates directly from the soul. And often, these signs come disguised as small details that, if ignored, can go unnoticed. But when you pay attention, something begins to change. You feel that destiny is trying to tell you something. It's trying to guide you. Think back to the last time you met someone and immediately felt that there was something special about that connection. Maybe it was a look that said everything without needing words, a sense of familiarity, as if you had known that person somewhere beyond this world. Or perhaps it was how the circumstances seemed to align for the meeting to happen, as if the entire universe was conspiring for you to cross paths at that very moment. This is not coincidence. This is destiny whispering, showing that there is something greater at play. Angels have subtle yet powerful ways of guiding us to those who are destined to be part of our journey. And they do this through signs, through coincidences that deep down are divine messages. Maybe you've noticed that this person's name keeps appearing in unexpected places, or that certain events lead you to think of them for no reason. It could also be that, amidst the chaos of daily life, a specific symbol, like a feather, a number sequence, or even a song, reminds you of them. These details are not random. They are reminders that this person was placed in your life for a sacred reason. And there's something even deeper. It's not just about recognizing the signs. It's about understanding what they mean. When destiny places someone in your path, it's because there's a shared spiritual mission between you. Perhaps that person has come to teach you something your soul needs to learn, or maybe they are someone you are destined to help, heal, or support. It could be that together, you have something to create, transform, or accomplish. What matters is that the connection is not empty. It is filled with purpose. And when you understand this, you realize that these encounters are divine gifts, opportunities for growth, love, and evolution. Let me tell you a story. Once, a woman was walking down a quiet street, feeling completely lost regarding her life. She had just gone through a difficult time and didn't know where to start again. It was then that she literally bumped into a stranger. He apologized, smiled, and went on his way. A moment so brief it could have been completely irrelevant. But something inside her told her that this moment was special. The next day, by chance, she encountered him again at a cafe. They started talking, and it was as if their souls recognized each other. Over time, she realized that he had been placed in her life to show her a path of light, to help her rediscover her inner strength. And he, in turn, discovered that she had the gift of healing wounds he had carried for years. A simple encounter, but one that transformed their lives forever. This story is not unique. We all have encounters like this, moments when destiny introduces us to someone who holds an essential piece for our puzzle. But to see this, one must be open, attentive to the signs that angels send. And above all, one must trust. Trust that the universe has a plan, that nothing happens by chance, and that every person who crosses your path is there for a reason. Now, take a moment to pause and reflect. Is there someone in your life who repeatedly comes to mind or appears in your experiences? Someone whose presence seems inexplicably significant? What are the angels trying to tell you through this? Close your eyes, place your hand on your heart, and ask yourself, what is the purpose of this person in my life? And what is my role in their life? As you reflect on this, know that the angels are by your side, always ready to guide you. They want you to trust in the wisdom of destiny, to embrace the signs, and to allow these connections to fulfill the purpose for which they were created. Because deep down you already know, when destiny speaks, it's your soul that responds. And this brings us to something even deeper. How can you clearly recognize what these connections are trying to teach you? The answer is closer than you think. Have you ever stopped to consider why that person crossed your path so unexpectedly? Not all the connections that enter our lives are mere coincidences. There are moments when the angels quietly descend to orchestrate encounters that carry profound meanings, but in the hustle and bustle of daily life, they may go unnoticed. And it's precisely for this reason that you are here, reading these words. The angels want you to know, this person was placed in your path for a divine purpose. Now is the time to open your eyes and your heart to the signs they are constantly sending. Imagine for a moment the times you felt that slight vibration in your chest when thinking about that person. It's not just a fleeting feeling, it's a celestial energy trying to tell you something. Perhaps it was a vivid dream, a song that seemed to speak directly to your soul, or even a word spoken at just the right time that sparked something within you. Angels communicate in subtle but precise ways. They whisper through the winds and use the simplest details of your routine to point you in directions you might never consider on your own. What they are trying to show you now is that this connection is not random. There's something deeper behind it. Have you noticed how, sometimes, certain people have the power to illuminate the darkest corners of your soul? They arrive like a ray of light, bringing clarity to cloudy days, or perhaps like a mirror, reflecting parts of yourself that you couldn't see before. This person in your life may be just that, a divine messenger, someone sent to help you grow, heal old wounds, or even to bring the kind of love that transforms. But the angels also want you to know that in order to recognize the true purpose of this presence, you need to be attentive. After all, not all souls that cross our path are meant to stay, but all are here to teach. Take a deep breath for a moment and ask yourself, what do you feel when you think about this person? Is there warmth, a sense of comfort, or perhaps a mix of doubt and curiosity? Whatever the answer, know that the angels are by your side, helping you decipher these emotions. They want you to trust your intuition because it is the voice of the divine speaking directly to your heart. Intuition is like a silent compass, pointing to the path your soul needs to follow. And at this moment, the angels are asking you to connect with that inner compass. Close your eyes, place your hand on your heart, and ask, what is this person here to teach me? You may be surprised by the answer. Often, we are conditioned to seek external answers, to wait for something extraordinary to happen to show us the way. But the angels want you to know that the answers are already within you. They are using this experience, this special connection, to awaken something greater in your life. Perhaps this person has been placed in your path to help you believe in love again, or to show you that you are stronger than you think. Or maybe, to remind you that you deserve to be seen, heard, and valued in the way you have always dreamed. What the angels desire most is for you to trust in this process, even if it feels confusing right now. And there's something else. Angels also like to test our patience and ability to see beyond the obvious. Sometimes, the person may not come in a perfect package. There may be challenges, differences, or even moments of misunderstanding. But understand that the greatest lessons don't come from what is easy. They come from experiences that challenge us to grow, to look within, to heal old wounds, and to reconnect with our own worth. If you feel there is something special about this connection, don't ignore it. Pay attention to the signs, a recurring number, an inexplicable feeling of déjà vu, or even an apparently casual encounter that seems to have been written in the stars. All of this is the way angels say, we are here. Trust. And as you reflect on this, remember, angels never place someone in your path by chance. Every encounter, every exchanged word, every stirred emotion has a purpose. This person is not a coincidence. They are part of your destiny. And angels are asking you to look at this connection with courage and honesty. Ask yourself, what is this relationship trying to teach me about myself? What are the angels guiding me to understand? And above all, are you ready to hear the answer? The angels want you to know that the next step on this journey will be revealing. They have more to share, more signs to offer, and it's up to you to be open to receive them. So, let this message touch your heart. And before moving forward, write an intention. What do you wish to learn or transform through this connection? The angels are waiting to guide you even more deeply. And what comes next will be even more powerful. Prepare yourself. There are moments when your heart feels heavy, as if it's carrying a silent storm within. Perhaps you felt this recently, as if something or someone has emerged in your life, but along with this presence came doubts, fears, and an inexplicable anxiety. It's as if there's an invisible wall between you and the happiness that seems so close, yet at the same time distant. What you may not have realized yet is that this wall was built out of fear. Fear of opening up, of trusting, of accepting the gift that the heavens have placed in your path. The angels urge me to tell you something important now. They whisper that you are not alone in this feeling. How many times have you found yourself hesitating, questioning whether you are worthy of something so beautiful? Or whether this gift, this person or this opportunity, is truly meant for you? They understand that fear takes many forms, It can be the echo of a past disappointment, the memory of a hurtful word, or the apprehension that by opening up again, you might get hurt. But the angels also know that this fear, though it may seem vast, is merely a shadow. And shadows only exist where there is light. Take a deep breath and feel. Can you sense it? The presence of this person in your life is not a coincidence. It is something orchestrated by the stars, a divine plan to remind you of your worth, to teach you about love, trust, and the beauty of embracing life with an open heart. But to fully accept this gift, you need to make a choice. You must look within and ask yourself, what exactly am I afraid of? What is holding me back from accepting this blessing? Maybe you're afraid of not being enough. However, the angels want you to know that, in the eyes of the divine, you are already more than enough. You are loved and protected, even in moments when you doubt yourself. Or perhaps the fear is of losing control, because accepting what is true, what is pure, often makes us feel vulnerable. But vulnerability is not weakness. It is the fertile ground where love and miracles grow. Let me share a story that the angels brought to me. One day, a person found a white feather gently falling in their path. They hesitated, looking at that small sign, unsure of what it meant. But something inside them said, "Pick up that feather." Still, fear made them ignore the call. Days later, they realized that the signs kept appearing, a bird landing nearby, a song that seemed to whisper something their heart needed to hear. It was only when they finally stopped, closed their eyes, and asked for guidance from the angels that they understood. That small sign was a reminder that they were not alone, and that all they needed to do was trust. When they finally accepted this, their life began to transform in ways they had never imagined. And now, I need to ask, what are the angels trying to show you at this moment? That person who appeared in your life, perhaps they hold the answers you didn't know you were searching for. Maybe they are the reflection of the love you deserve, or a divine instrument to help you heal wounds that have not yet closed. But to discover, you need to take a step beyond fear. At this moment, place your hand over your heart. Feel the warmth radiating from there, the energy pulsing inside you. Repeat to yourself, I am worthy of the love that the universe offers me. I trust in the gifts that the angels place in my path. Allow yourself to feel these words taking shape within you, like a flame that grows and illuminates every dark corner that fear tried to occupy. The angels want you to know that by accepting the gift placed in your life, you are not only embracing another, you are also embracing yourself. You are telling the universe that you trust, that you are ready to grow, to love, and to live fully. And as you reflect on this, ask yourself, what do you have to lose by trusting? And more importantly, what can you gain by allowing the angels to guide your steps? Fear may try to whisper that it is safer to retreat, but the truth is that love only flourishes when you allow yourself to move forward. And remember, you are not facing these fears alone. The angels are by your side, holding your hand, sending signs, and preparing the way. And what comes next, dear one, is more than you can imagine. Are you ready to accept this divine gift? Have you ever felt the weight of trying to control everything, as if your happiness depended on every detail being exactly in the right place? It's exhausting, isn't it? There are moments when your heart tightens, as if carrying an invisible burden. But what if I told you that there is a greater force, a divine plan crafted with so much love that by embracing it, life takes on new meaning? The angels are around you now, softly whispering, trust. Just that word carries the magic of transformation. When you surrender, when you loosen the reins and allow God and the universe to guide your steps, something extraordinary happens. It doesn't mean giving up, but rather believing that there is a purpose in everything, even in the most unexpected turns of the road. I remember a story that the angels asked me to share with you. Once, a woman was going through the loneliest moment of her life. Her marriage had ended, her job no longer made sense, and she felt like everything was falling apart. One morning, while walking through the park, a small butterfly landed on her hand. It was so delicate, so unlikely that it happened, that she smiled for the first time in weeks. In that moment, she realized that the butterfly wasn't there by chance. It was a sign, a reminder that even in tough times, beauty and renewal can find their way to you. And do you know what happened next? It wasn't an immediate miracle, but a process. She began to believe that if that butterfly had a purpose in crossing her path, then her pain must also have meaning. She decided to trust. Little by little, the right people started to appear, a friend who supported her, a job opportunity that inspired her, and even a new love months later. None of this would have happened if she hadn't loosened her grip and allowed fate to play its role. This story isn't just about her. It's about you. It's about what happens when you stop fighting against the current and instead let it carry you. Surrendering is not weakness, it's courage. It's looking up at the sky and saying, I trust in what is meant for me. It's making space in your life for what is true, for what is yours, to finally arrive. But I know it's not easy. Maybe you're wondering, what if I trust and nothing happens? What if the emptiness remains? But the angels have an answer for that. They say that surrender is a process, not an event. It's like planting a seed in a garden. You don't see the flower bloom immediately, but you know that, underground, something is happening. The same is true for your life. When you open yourself to God's plans, the universe begins to work in silence, aligning the pieces, preparing encounters, guiding your steps. Perhaps, at this very moment, the angels are trying to show you something. Pay attention. It could be in a phrase you read, in a song that played on the radio, or even in the gaze of someone who crossed your path today. These little signs are reminders that you are not alone, that there is a greater purpose, even if you cannot fully see it yet. And now, I invite you to a small ritual. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath. Place your hand on your heart and say, either out loud or in your mind, I trust. I surrender to the divine plan. I know that everything is aligning for my good. Feel the warmth of this affirmation fill your chest, as if a golden light is spreading within you. This is the energy of surrender, of trust. This is how transformation begins. And while you reflect on this, the angels have one more message for you. Don't rush destiny. It's already on its way. What is yours, no one can take. What God has prepared for you will arrive at the right time, in the right way. But for that, you need to trust. So, I ask you, are you ready to let go of the weight you carry? Are you ready to open yourself to the flow of divine love and allow life to surprise you? If so, take a deep breath once more and let this message resonate within you. And as the angels continue to guide your steps, know that the next chapter of this journey will be even more illuminated. Something grand is on the horizon. Do you feel it?